Hey everybody, last mindful message, and then I think I really am going to get outside and walk. It looks like it's good, but I just want to rest my legs. All right. Let me know in the comments if you like these better with me sitting, because I can always just do the walk on my own time and then do the mindful messages like this if you find it better. Let me know. Feedback is always welcome, as long as it's good and positive. Well, it can be bad as long as it's not like negative, rude. You know what I mean? I got thick skin. I just don't tolerate bullshit, basically. How to see the positive in things. We are discussing it. Again, this is all things that you're going to have to work on in your own life. Every day is going to be a challenge for you. You might be a little bit grumpy one day, more happier the other. But overall, these genuinely are tips that are going to help you look at things better and more positive. And I have my handy dandy little notebook. I made notes. Let's get into it. Look at things like when you're facing stuff in your life and you're really going through it. Maybe you lost a job, maybe someone's sick, maybe someone passed away, or a pet passed away. Well, let's separate the passing away for just a minute because it's not appropriate for this. I jumped ahead of myself. Take that out. But like losing a job or quitting because it's toxic, losing an apartment, losing your spot at school, something really hard that people would take as, really sad and stressful. Instead of looking at something as a loss, if you flip it in your mind, again, this is going to take practice and work, but look at all the things that you can begin now because you're not doing that. I find that helps me stay more positive. All right, I lost this job, but look at all of these jobs that still have the same amount of money, are closer to my house, and I work less hours and still bring home the same money I'm making now. Like, there's benefits to finding a better job. Sometimes we get rejected in life, and that's our protection. Maybe something bad would have happened at that job. And by you losing that job, your life was spared. You never know. Things up there are orchestrated far more complex than we can ever give credit for or understand. So I always try to look at what's coming instead of what I lost. Because I faced a lot of things in my life, a lot of loss, both people and things, and I've fallen into pits. And those times that I fall into pits of depression is when I'm looking at just what I lost and focusing on the grief of it, which you do have to face. You can't brush it under the rug. But by only focusing on what is gone, what no longer is, you stay in this funk. So if you flip it in your mind, all right, now I have all this potential to get a new job. And maybe you can't find the same paying job, but you get 2 jobs. You're still working less, making more money at the end of the day because you're working 2 jobs. Everything always works out in my favor. That's a mantra I always say to myself. Everything is happening for me and not to me. Don't stay in victim mode either. Being in that victim mode, granted, unless you are an actual victim, you do have to sit in victim mode to heal. I'm not talking about that. But the universe is out to get me. I say that sometimes when I get in my funks, and we forget that the thoughts we voice out, we can actually give life to. So again, flip the script. This is not happening to me, it's happening for me. I have new beginnings coming. This is a new start, not an end. I'm still alive, I still have time on this earth. And then I try to project things like there are people fighting for their life. There are people out here homeless with nothing to eat. It could always be worse. Be thankful for the spot you're in. And if you are in those spots that are very dire, know and trust that it makes you, a stronger person, and everybody has the power and potential to change their life. But when we stay in that pocket of loss, misery, just in our situation, we get in like, picture you in the center of this ball and you're just encompassed in your situations and your emotions. How can you expand? How can you grow? I might be homeless now, but I'm a survivor. I'm going to find food tomorrow. I'm going to get a job. I'm going to clean my stuff. I'm going to put those effort. If there's a will, there's a way. It's oftentimes that we lean on crutches that keep us in the negative as much as our mind. It's physical crutches. Maybe drinking or drugs or being a recluse and not putting yourself out there so that you can't have these new potentials. Or not filling out job applications when you want a new job. Like all these things are attached to negative thinking. So if you flip how you look at it, a beginning instead of an ending, your actions are going to change too. It takes work. Doesn't happen overnight, but you can change your thought process, which will change your actions, which will change your life. It's a ripple effect in a useful way. There's always going to be a ripple effect. Why not make it to your advantage? It all starts here. Look at things like a learning curve. When you are cheated on, when you go through horrible things like that, why did this happen to me? I'm such a good person. It was a learning curve. You need to learn that people are out here schmoozers. There are cold-hearted motherfuckers, and you need to know your worth and protect yourself better next time. Take a little bit more time to get to know someone before you jump into something. Maybe you didn't do your due diligence last time. Now you do. Know that you won't find yourself in this position again. And if you do get cheated on multiple times, you are going to find that each time there's a different thing that you're learning. Tragedy is going to happen in life. You take what you need from it and you get up and you move and you go on with your life. Those are the true survivors and the people that make it. And those are the people that refuse to be negative. Being more positive is, I learned something. I learned what I don't want. I learned I don't need this person. I learned I'm okay by myself. It's a learning curve, not a mishap. Everything in how you look at it. Breathing in and out or walking it out always helps me get in a more positive place. Instead of remaining arguing with someone, I will go for a walk or I will leave the situation. It's far more healthier to do that than to sit there and just yell and get nowhere. Breathing, especially with anxiety and stuff, and that affects your positivity. Anxiety puts all these horrible thoughts in your brain. Doing breathing exercises, I use my finger things. I don't know why I like this and it calms me down so much, but I do. Maybe it's part of autism. I don't know. I just learned I'm autistic. A learning curve, not a setback. Remind yourself that I've come through so much worse, or I've come through many things in life. There's been many points in my life where I thought I couldn't do it, and I did. This is another one of those times. I'm going to be okay. This moment will change. Things get better every day. It's going to get better. It's going to get better. It's going to get better, like a mantra. Stop dwelling in this sucks, this sucks, this sucks, because it's going to stay sucking. That's what you're manifesting. That's the energy you're putting it out. When you constantly think positively, I don't care how dire your situation is, you're going to find a positive change in it. Big and small. I can overcome things. I can do hard things. I am strong. I am resilient. These affirmations also help change you from a negative person to a positive person. Cleaning out your suitcase, dealing with past traumas, relationship histories, parent stuff. When you carry that in there and you don't release it, you don't face it, you become bitter, revengeful, angry, or depressed, or all of the above. By releasing it is freedom and only makes room for happiness. What will be, will be. That's another mantra you need to live by. You can't control anything but the moment you're in and your reaction to that moment, and that's it. Relinquish power. What will be, will be. I will survive this. I will get through this. Maybe something wasn't for you. Maybe something leaving your life in the end is the best thing that ever happened to you. We can't see that in the shit moments. I need you to see that in the shit moments so you get out of that shit moment quicker. this could be a chance for more. That also makes me feel better.